Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranyana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranyana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram. Jaya Vrindavan Dham. Jai Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai, Jaya Gaur Nitai. Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Jai Śrī Caitanya, Jai Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Daita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Daita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, the external reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance, chapter 3, text 34. śeṣa-līlāya dhare nāma Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa jānāye saba, viśva kaila dhanya. śeṣa-līlāya dhare nāma Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa jānāye saba, viśva kaila dhanya. śeṣa-līlāya dhare nāma Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa jānāye saba, viśva kaila dhanya. śeṣa-līlāya dhare nāma Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa jānāye saba, viśva kaila dhanya. śeṣa-līlāya dhare nāma Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa jānāye saba, viśva kaila dhanya. śeṣa-līlāya dhare nāma Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa jānāye saba, viśva kaila dhanya. Mataji. śeṣa-līlāya dhare nāma Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa jānāye saba, viśva kaila dhanya. śeṣa-līlāya. In his final pastimes, dhare, he held nāma, the name, Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. Śrī Kṛṣṇa, about Lord Kṛṣṇa. jānāye, he taught, saba, all, viśva, the world, kaila, made, dhanya, fortunate. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. In his later pastimes, he is known as Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. He blessed the whole world. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Please repeat. In his later pastimes, he is known as Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. Purport. Lord Chaitanya remained a householder only until his 24th year had passed. Then he entered the renounced order and remained manifest in this material world until his 48th year. Therefore, his śeṣa-līlā, or the final portion of his activities, lasted 24 years. So-called Vaishnavas say that the renounced order of life was not accepted in Vaishnava Sampradaya or disciplic succession until Lord Chaitanya. This is not a very intelligent proposition. Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the Sannyasa order from Sripad Keshava Bharati, who belonged to the Shankara sect, which approves of only 10 names for sannyasis. Long before the advent of Sripad Shankaracharya, however, the sannyasa order existed in the Vaishnava line of Vishnu Swami. In the Vishnu Swami Vaishnava Sampradaya, there are 10 different kinds of sannyasa names and 108 different names for sannyasis who accept the three danda, the triple staff of sannyasa. This is approved by the Vedic rules. Therefore, Vaishnava sannyasa was existent even before the appearance of Shankaracharya. Although those who know nothing about Vaishnava sannyasa unnecessarily declare that there is no sannyasa in the Vaishnava Sampradaya. During the time of Lord Chaitanya, the influence of Shankaracharya in society was very strong. People taught that one could accept sannyasa only in the disciplic succession of Shankaracharya. Lord Chaitanya could have performed his missionary activities as a householder, but he found householder life an obstruction to his mission. Therefore, he decided to accept the renounced order, sannyasa. Since his acceptance of sannyasa was also designed to attract public attention, Lord Chaitanya was not wishing to disturb the social convention, took the renounced order of life from a sannyasi in the disciplic succession of Shankaracharya, although sannyasa was also sanctioned in the Vaishnava Sampradaya. In Shankara Sampradaya, there are 10 different names awarded to sannyasi. Tirtha, Ashrama, Vana, Aranya, Giri, Parvata, Sagara, Saraswati, Bharti, and Puri. Before one enters sannyasa, he has one of the various names for a brahmachari, the assistant to a sannyasi. Sannyasa with the titles Tirtha, Ashrama generally stay at Dwarka, and their brahmachari name is Swarupa. Those known by the names Vana and Aranya stay at Purushottama or Jagannath Puri, and their brahmachari name is Prakash. Those with the names Giri, Parvata, and Sagara generally stay at Badrikashrama, and their brahmachari name is Ananda. Those with the titles Saraswati, Bharti, and Puri usually live at Sringeri in South India, and their brahmachari name is Chaitanya. Sripad Shankaracharya established 4 monasteries in India in the 4 directions north, south, east, west, and he entrusted them to 4 sannyasis who were his disciples. Now, there are hundreds of branches of monasteries under these 4 principal monasteries, and although there is an official symmetry among them, there are many differences in their dealings. The 4 different sects of these monasteries are known as Anandavara, Bhogavara, Kitavara, and Bhumivara, and in course of time they have developed different ideas and different slogans. According to the regulation of the disciplic succession, one who wishes to enter the renounced order in Shankara sect must first be trained as a brahmachari under a bona fide sannyasi. The brahmachari's name is ascertained according to the group to which the sannyasi belongs. Lord approached Keshava Bharati. He was accepted as a brahmachari with the name Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya Brahmachari. After he took sannyasa, he preferred to keep the name Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. The great authorities in the disciplic succession had not offered to explain why Lord Chaitanya refused to take the name Bharati after he took sannyasa from a Bharati, until Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj volunteered the explanation that because a sannyasi in Shankara Sampradaya thinks that he has become the Supreme Lord Chaitanya, wanting to avoid such mishap. Okay, let's repeat again. Until Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj volunteered the explanation that because a sannyasi in the Shankara Sampradaya thinks that he has become the Supreme Lord Chaitanya, wanting to avoid such a misconception, kept the name Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya, placing himself as an eternal servitor. A brahmachari is supposed to serve the spiritual master. Therefore, he did not negate that relationship of servitude to his spiritual master. Accepting such a position is favorable for the relationship between disciple and the spiritual master. The authentic biographies also mention that Lord Chaitanya accepted the danda rod and begging pot, symbolic of the sannyasa order, at the time he took sannyasa. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandho Jagatpate Vikakanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauru Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, the translation again. In his later pastimes, he is known as Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. So, a couple of things came up in this text and purport, that at the time when Lord Chaitanya, because he descended on the request of Advaita Acharya to deliver the fallen conditioned souls of this material world, of this age of Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya, he exhibited his early pastimes up to the age of 24 in Nadia, in Mayapur, and then after 24 he decided to take sannyasa. And at that time, there was a misconception that the sannyasa order is given only in tradition of Shankaracharya. And Lord Chaitanya, instead of causing some disturbance or controversy, he decided to take sannyasa in the same order so that people will accept his sannyasa. Because for preaching it is important that sannyasa is important. Because in sannyas ashram, in general, people accept, in India especially, when we see a sannyasi, we pay our obeisances, that's our culture, we offer some service to them, and we wanted to follow their advice, wanted to follow their teachings and attend their lectures and classes. So that was the tradition back then, and Lord Chaitanya followed the same thing. He approached Keshava Bharati, who was sannyasi in the line of Shankaracharya, and he took sannyasa from him. And of course, because he was a Mayavadi, Shankaracharya following sannyasi, he gave Lord Chaitanya ek danda sannyasa, one danda only, not three danda, which is given in the sannyasa of the Vaishnava tradition. So in Vaishnava tradition, we are given three dandis, like 3 sticks stick together, put them together, and then wrap in a cloth. That is how Vaishnava sannyasis, they follow the tradition. But Lord Chaitanya, back then, he followed what was the tradition, what was the norms, because it's a progression, like Lord Kṛṣṇa came 5,000 years ago and gave Bhagavad Gita and all the teachings. But then what happened, it became contaminated. Sakalene Mahata Yoganashta. A little bit misconception came in, and people began to eat meat or animal sacrifice in the fire sacrifices, and thus they started that way. And Krishna came as a Lord Buddha. Keshavadhrita Buddha Sharira Jai Jagdish Hare. So Lord Buddha appeared, Krishna appeared as Lord Buddha to stop animal killing. And when people confronted Lord Buddha that, it is mentioned in the Vedas, in Markandeya Purana, in other Tamasic Puranas, how to do animal sacrifice, and they begin to eat in that, under that premise. And the point was, Lord Chaitanya, instead of Lord Kṛṣṇa, Lord Buddha, instead of convincing each and every person, in this part you need to not to follow like that. So he said all the way that, okay, if Vedas are saying this, let's forget about Vedas. Follow what I'm saying. So when people began to follow Lord Buddha, who is Krishna himself, because Lord Kṛṣṇa wanted to stop animal killing as Lord Buddha, so when he did that, he put aside the Vedas, and by putting aside the Vedas, people became atheists. So it's like a Mayavad, Asat Shastram, Prachannam Bodhyam Uchyate. So then this Shunyavadi, Buddhist, then to bring the Vedas back, to bring the theism back, because it's like a Ghatakash, Patakash, like you are like a earthen vessel, and when vessel is broken, you are merged. So there was a philosophy of merging or zero, Shunyavadi. That's what it came here, like Prabhupada, he delivered Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarne. Prabhupada did that because there was a Nirvishesha and Shunyavadi. So then progression moved further on because it's Lord Kṛṣṇa's plan to bring the original teachings. So then Shankaracharya, Lord Shankara, he appeared as Shankaracharya and he established the Vedas back. Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. Follow the Vedas. Study the Vedas. If you do that, then it's a Mayavad, like you become God. By meditation, by your practices, you become, and you are brahmachari, then you take sannyas, and then you become God. So that was at the final stage of Shankaracharya, he mentioned Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam Mudumate. He gave that instruction to his followers at the very end that this grammatical jugglery will not help you much, you just Bhaj Govinda. But people, followers, they did not take that. They stick to those original teachings that I become God and Mayavad is God. When he comes here, he is covered by his own Maya like that. But then progression started further. So when Shankaracharya, he spread that philosophy and brought the Vedas back, then Buddhism was kicked out from India. And when Ashoka was the emperor at the time of Buddha, then he sent all the Buddhist monks to the eastern and far eastern countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, China, Japan, and other eastern countries. Buddhism was spread over there. But because Shankaracharya, he moved the Buddhism out, he preached against the Buddhism, so Buddhism was left very little in India. We don't see much traces. But when Lord Chaitanya came before his advent, Madhvacharya came, Ramanujacharya came in 1100th century. So they put forward the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Abheda. And Lord Chaitanya picked up that and propagated further it on. That simultaneously one and different. So Lord Chaitanya, 540 years ago, he appeared and he took sannyasa. He followed the tradition which was going on, that everyone taking sannyasa in Shankaracharya line. So he did that. But like somebody may say that in Kali Yuga, 5 things are forbidden. Ashwamedha, Gvalambam, Devrena, Putrena, something like that, 5 things. So one thing was that oblations to flesh to the forefathers, Ashwamedha Yagya, Gomedha Yagya, and the son, begetting sons from the husband's brother, and taking sannyas, the 5th one. So 5 things are prohibited in Kali Yuga. And Lord Chaitanya, he took sannyasa in Kali Yuga. So, and also then in his name, he did not keep the name Bharati. So he did not keep that. Why? Because he wanted to say that sannyasa, which is prohibited in Kali Yuga, is this false sannyasa. That you think that I will become God, that you think I am God, that you think that everything is one, as I move on I can become God like this. A Mayavadi sannyasi in the line of Shankara. That is forbidden. But they do it. But Lord Chaitanya, he took sannyasa not to become God, though he is God himself, Krishna himself, but not to exhibit himself as a God. So Lord Chaitanya, he took sannyasa to propagate the holy names of the Lord. That's what Prabhupada did. When Prabhupada, he was on the planet, he went to the West in 1965 at the age of 69. And what he did, he took the message of Lord Chaitanya and gave to all over the world. That is Prabhupada's plan. And he was sannyasi and he gave sannyasa initiation to many. Even today in ISKCON, we give sannyasa. Of course, we have sannyasa ministry. We have certain rules and regulations. We have monitoring. We have counseling system even for sannyasis because we are organized preaching mission under the direction of GBC, BBT, Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So we follow their teaching, Rupa Goswami, we follow their teachings as it is. And Prabhupada, he is a Jagat Guru. It's clear why he is Jagat Guru. Because in Nectar of Instruction Updesha Amrita, the first verse is Vacha Vegam, Manasa Krodh Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udra Upastha Vegam, Etan Vegan Vishyat Dhira Sarvam Apim Pratim Sasishyat. You can take disciples all over the planet. Sarvam Apim Pratim Sasishyat. Why you can take? How you can take? Because you have controlled Vacha Vegam, urges to speak. nonsense, not the philosophy, not the proper preaching. Vacho vegam manasa, then your mind is not controlled. Krodh vegam, you are angry all the time, acts of anger. Jiva vegam, urges of tongue, belly and genitals. So 6 things, if under control, then you can take disciples all over the world. Your Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada, had all that control. That's why he's Jagat Guru. Like this chapter is external reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. Very clear. This Lord Chaitanya, like there is a Vasudev Ghosh wrote a bhajan, I mentioned last time also, Yadi Gaur na hoite tabe ke hoito. If Lord Gauranga, Krishna did not appear as Lord Chaitanya, Śrī Kṛṣṇa Caitanya, then the most confidential, intimate, loving exchanges of Krishna with cowherd girls, especially with Radharani, the whole world would never know. But then, it is such a huge thing to give this top most confidential secret to the whole world. And who did that? Yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ke hoito. Our His Holiness Jayapataka Swami compiled a bhajan mentioning if Yadi Prabhupada na hoite. Connection lost. Okay, because I put it on the aeroplane mode. So now I'm back again. It's important. It's a very nice bhajan, what was compiled by, okay, there you go. Yadi Prabhupada nahaito, tabe ke haito, jivana bahite kishe. If Srila Prabhupada had not come, what would have happened? How could we have passed our lives? Very important. Nitaya Gaurira para karuna ke dita sakala deshe. Okay, here's a call coming. If who else would have distributed the unlimited mercy of Lord Nityananda and Lord Gauranga all over the world? Nitaya Gaurira apara karuna. Apara karuna. Nitai Gaura. Okay. Parama karuna. Pahidui jana. Nitai Gaura chanda. So param karuna. Namo mahabadanyaya. Krishna prema pradayate. Krishnaye Krishna Chaitanya namne gurteshe nama. This is very important here. Paschatyera yata papi. Durachari shunyavadi mayavadi tadera uddhara karibare manahena kon dayanidhi. I'm not very good Bengali bhajan singer, but please bear with me. Which other compassionate person would have endeavored to deliver the miscreants, sinful, impersonalistic and voidistic people in the West? It's very important here. Because in Prabhupada Pranam Mantra we have Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatayana. So Prabhupada delivered all those. And of course, Paschatya Deshe. When we say Paschatya Deshe, it's not particularly the geographical region. Paschatya is a Sanskriti, is a culture, a Western culture, which is now we can see in India everywhere also. So it's not that when Prabhupada went, like sometime one person told me that Prabhupada, he did this for the Westerners, Western countries, not for us. We are already good Krishna conscious people in India. But the problem here is that we know Krishna, but our face is not towards Krishna. And the Western countries, people don't know Krishna. But because of Prabhupada's mercy, they have turned toward Krishna. They are far from Krishna, but their face is toward Krishna. That's why they are progressing very nicely. They are carrying out this mission. And this mission of Krishna consciousness, which Prabhupada established, would not stop for next 9,500 years for sure. That's why we built the Mayapur temple for 10,000 years. Why? It's because It's not a sentiment. It's not that, oh, yeah, maybe. No, it's a fact. Why? We can see now. Children are taking birth in devotee families. And I've seen 2-year-old, 3-year-old, they know all the prayers. They are singing bhajans. They are playing mridanga. They are playing harmonium because they have learned everything in their womb. When they were in the mother's womb, they learned everything right there. Because devotees, because we are winning this war against Maya, because we are giving this culture to our children. We have Gurukulas. Like we had a program in GLA University, we invited Gurukula children. And when they sang bhajans, played nice mridanga, and when they played all dancing and kirtan and shlokas, then what happened? All the faculty, those who were sitting there, and the students, many students, they saw. And they were amazed how we are maintaining this culture of Gurukula in this age of Kali Yuga. Is there such a place? They asked me, can I get my child there, admission? Is it possible? Yes, why not? It's nothing that we have something secluded from the society. No, we are doing it for everyone. Then a professor came to me and he said, I wanted to know from you about your Gurukula system. How can I send my child to Gurukula? I said, how old is your child? He said, yeah, I'm thinking of marrying. I said, you're thinking of marrying and you're asking me how to send child in Gurukula? So people are so excited. I homeschooled my children, and many times devotees, they come to me and ask, Prabhu, how did you homeschool? Please tell me, because I wanted to homeschool my children because there's a very good result. I said, how old is your child? He said, I'm thinking of marrying now. So they're so planning. Long planning people are doing in ISKCON. And now in Gurukula we have started giving admission to the students who are day scholars. Though it is sometimes very difficult because like one professor came to me that my son on your suggestion, I put him in like a Gurukula. And now I got a complaint from Gurukula that he is not properly situated, he is contaminating the atmosphere of Gurukula because he watches television with his grandfather. I said, okay, bring your father and your son both to me. I will meet them and see them and tell them. I preached to them, to grandfather, to grandson, both. They live here and in Mathura. And then they began to understand that, yes, we have to be at the same wavelength if we want to put our child into Gurukula. We don't want to have television in our homes, watching all the time all the nonsense things, karmi stuff, entangling stuff. So they then decided to remove the television from their home, which was a big thing. And I told them, no onion and no garlic and no tea in your home also. Because otherwise this child will be an abused child. Like in our temple, many times, the congregation members, Indian congregation, they would come and their children will come. They will bring them, oh, at least he will learn some Hindi here. Okay, that's fine. And then they will participate in plays and dramas. They will begin and they will sometimes attend classes. And no onion, no garlic, no egg, no fish, no meat. And then at home when they saw there was egg and there was onion, they confronted with their parents. And parents said, whatever you learn in temple, leave right there. Don't bring at home. Then the child said, why you are taking us to temple then? Children are so innocent. Child is the father because they learn from parents. That is why parents must do what they want their children to do. Otherwise, a Hippocratic word, the hypocrisy everywhere. So we have to. So Prabhupada, he went. So tadera nikate kona jana asi bilaite hari naam sabaya jiva rupe gadite tadera ke haite aguyan. Who else would have come to distribute Harinam to them? Who else would have come forward to transform them into civilized beings? Prabhupada did that. Very merciful. I was listening maybe yesterday or maybe day before yesterday, the Prabhupada Leela Amrita from His Grace Shruta Kirti Prabhu. He intimately served, and I love to hear all of those pastimes. And he mentioned one time that one devotee temple president in Hawaii, he sold the temple land and everything and bought a farm somewhere else. And still Prabhupada wanted to see him. Prabhupada did not chastise, did not become angry, wanted to give mercy that yes, one of my disciples he went into Maya like that, and now I have to bring him back. And one time, one devotee, he left, and he began to, he has a beard now, long hair, began to eat meat and everything, and Prabhupada came, and everyone was just like, oh, Prabhupada, he left ISKCON, and they were chastising and running after him, and Prabhupada said, went right away to him. He came to see Prabhupada, and Prabhupada went to him and said, would you like to cook for me again? So he used to cook for Prabhupada. And devotees of Sannyasi, they were there, they said, Prabhupada, he's eating meat now. Why are you asking this thing to him? Prabhupada said, no. Would you cook? Prabhupada engaged him. Took karma. So much karma Prabhupada took for all of us. Even we are grand disciples or great disciples, still Prabhupada is taking the reaction, the karma. And because of his mercy only, that is our only qualification, that we are in ISKCON, in Srila Prabhupada's movement, and serving under the guidance of devotees. That is our strength. And that is our main point, that we will get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, will get the mercy of Krishna. That is our strength, because we are serving. And Prabhupada said right away that anyone who would follow 4 regulative principles and chant 16 rounds, he will go back to Godhead. Hari Bol. So, we are not discouraged. There are so many difficulties in devotees' life. Sometimes children, they give up Krishna consciousness. Sometimes we see that we ourselves are fallen down, not following principles, not following things properly as Prabhupada and devotees and Prabhupada mentioned several places. Sometimes it happens. But the biggest strength is we don't leave ISKCON. If we leave ISKCON, where would we get any good association? Very difficult to find good association anywhere else. Like when I was very young, 7th, 8th grade, I was studying, I had some attraction for bhajans. My first bhajan, I forgot, I used to sing. My mother would become very happy. She was illiterate. She can't write anything. But she knew that my son is on the right track. And my relatives, when they become, my mother's brother, he came one time, he said, he is going to temple in the evening. Instead of studying, he is doing bhajans. And my mother said, he is doing bhajan, which is good. Whatever will come, he will do at the right time. Don't worry about him. And it happened. I was just a small town, no nothing. And then somehow I got this degree, job, everything. I went to America got funding from NASA to do their satellite mission, Earth observation system for hydrological water resource applications. And then there, I joined Krishna Consciousness in 1993. And my seva was to wash dishes in Govinda. That was my seva. And after washing dishes for 4 hours, I'll get some prasad. And then people of Indian descent, they came to me, you're a fool. You're washing dishes in Govinda for nothing. Better you have done some job somewhere, they could have given you $5 an hour. And you have no money, you have a stipend, you have children, you have family. And you are washing dishes. I said, yeah. That was the first confrontation that happened in 1976 with my mother. My mama asked, why did you? And same confrontation came again. And I didn't stop right there. I moved on. And same thing came over again. Stop washing dishes and get some money somewhere else. Same confrontation. I did not stop. To the extent, I'm not glorifying myself, please forgive me. I'm just putting an example that Krishna consciousness, we can forget Krishna, but Krishna will never forget our service. Little word, neha vikram nashosti, pratyavayana vidyate, salpamapi dharma satrayate mehato bhayat. Krishna will save us from the biggest danger. That we can become hog or dog in next life. So this was the pure process. So one time, it was in Moscow, Idaho, is near a state between Montana and Washington. So there was a city, Moscow, there was the University of Idaho where I was doing my PhD. And there was a church nearby. And I thought I was very new, just a stipend, whole family, no money. I thought, we have a program, big program here. And Ganapati Swami, he was in Denver most of the time. He used to come to Boise Temple. And I said, Prabhu, you come to Moscow, 300 miles north of Boise, state capital of state of Idaho. And he came with all his, vans and cars with all the devotees and chanting. And then I rented a church. And they told me that the rent would be $35. I said, yeah, I have that much in my bank. That's good. Then I asked all the Indian families to bring something without onion, garlic eggs, to cook, bring some prasad. And program happened, children were playing. One child, he broke some flower pot. Okay, everything is said and done, everything was okay, Maharaj returned. And then, when I went to pay the check, so they said that $30 extra for the broken flower pot. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have anything in my bank account. I said, you take this check, and when I get my stipend next time, then please deposit that time. It's a post-dated check, and they accepted idea because I had no money. But Krishna consciousness did not stop. Ahatuki apatihata yayatma suprasidati. Because I learned that verse and I tried to bring in my own life that no material condition should check spreading Krishna consciousness. Apratihata. Not stopped. You don't have money, Krishna will provide. And Krishna did. Krishna did provide money. Be confident based on my behalf. That's my own experience. Krishna provided all money. Never stopped. That is the main point. That is the main lesson. People say, show me Krishna, where is Krishna? Have you experienced Krishna? Yes, I did. I experienced Krishna's presence. I experienced, yes, Krishna is protecting me always. There was never a moment that I felt that Krishna is not with me. I'm not a big devotee. I'm nobody. And Krishna even revealed to me that is there. What to speak of our senior devotees, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years in ISKCON, how much they might be realizing Krishna's presence in their lives. Unbelievable bliss, unbelievable realization. So this is what Prabhupada further went on, Jayapataka Swami further went on. Parama Mangala Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu Siksha Dhana Acharya Prachara Sada Amadera Ke Karita Niyojana. The teaching of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu constitute the greatest and most auspicious treasure. Who else would have engaged us in constantly practicing and preaching it? It's like one time I was listening class from our North American GBC, His Holiness Badrinath Maharaj. And he mentioned one of his pastimes in Detroit Temple. He mentioned that he was cook in the kitchen. And then he would come in because there was no class broadcast inside the kitchen. So something is boiling, so he would come and stand there to listen what Prabhupada is saying. And Prabhupada said, this Krishna consciousness movement is being run under the guidance of Lord Chaitanya. And we have no strength And when Prabhupada was saying this, he saw up front big sannyasis with their danda in their hands, and they were napping. And then Prabhupada saw, after seeing them taking some, maybe tired from preaching mission, then Prabhupada said, and that is a fact. Because all of you are already sleeping here. So who is running Krishna conscious movement in the whole world? Lord Chaitanya is doing it. So, in fact, he literally showed, yes, it's Lord Chaitanya who is. Prabhupada was saying that. And one time, Srila Prabhupada was walking in Detroit, in the streets, and he saw Asian Paints logo. It's a globe, and the paint is flowing down. And Prabhupada said, yes, this is our Krishna conscious movement. We inundate the whole world by holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the mission of Lord Chaitanya. That is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. He took so much time and effort counseling his 7,000 disciples. No mobiles, no emails back then. He would write letters and he would answer letters. He was running so many temples, properties are being bought, so much. And all the new, like I was talking to Charu Prabhu, the temple president of Spanish Fork, Utah, and he said that I was in Australia and I moved into the temple and I was only maybe 6 months in the process and I was made temple president. That was back then, and you are a very senior devotee if you are 21. And he has been in Krishna consciousness for 1 year, you are senior devotee. That was the status back then. How that happened? Power of instruction. Srila Prabhupada would give instruction, and with the instruction will come the power. That's how he spread the whole thing. Like Vishnu Jana Maharaj and Tamal Krishna Maharaj, their party, Radha Damodar party, and wherever they will go, any park or any chanting, anywhere, immediately when they come to temple, they will bring 3-4 people. Next day they got all shaved off and they become devotees. And they will start a center. Vishnu Maharaj, they move on, handing over everything to them. Now you run the whole program. And they are totally new. They don't know what to do. Krishna will give you. Tesham sataktanam bhajtam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamapiva. How you come to me, I will give you intelligence. And because they had a strong faith in Prabhupada, whatever Prabhupada is saying, because that is a strength. That strength exists even today. We are followers of Prabhupada. We are Prabhupadanuga, Rupanuga, Raganuga, and then we are Prabhupadanuga. How we are Prabhupadanuga? Because what Prabhupada has given in his books, we follow word by word, in letter and in spirit both. That is our strength. That is our power. When Vibhishana, he came to surrender Lord Rama, he was not alone. He had 4 of his associates with him. Vibhishana, pure devotee, Lord Rama accepted him as his servant. And the same mercy was given to those 4 associates who were not so pure as Vibhishana. We may not be pure, we may not be very advanced, we may not be 100% Krishna consciousness, but Prabhupada will accept us. Krishna will accept us. Why? Because we are following Prabhupada. That is why Krishna will accept us. Even though we may have, like Prabhupada, the famous thing Jayapataka Swami Maharaj mentioned, that we were sitting in the lecture and Prabhupada said, even if you are 95% pure, Krishna will accept. And nobody raised their head, they were still down because nobody was pure. And the Prabhupada said, even if you are 90% pure, Krishna will accept. Still nobody was up, they were all down. And the Prabhupada said, even if you are 85% pure, Krishna will accept you. Still the heads were down. And the Prabhupada said, even if you are 80% pure, Krishna will accept you. A bus, nothing below that. So if we see our authorities, our management, our GBC, our sannyasis, 80% good, that's very good. 20% relaxation. However, we want to become 100% pure, nice, perfectly following everything. That's our goal. But if we see some fault in somebody, we don't want to discuss too much about it. We don't want to talk too much about it. We want to ignore, like Krishna, when Putana came with the poison on her breast, Krishna accepted the service of milk as a mother, did not look at the poison. Similarly, we may see something which is not good with the management, but we want to bring it up nicely, but not to make a show of it. That's our plan. That's the Krishna conscious movement. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes.
Lord Chaitanya was spreading the Krishna consciousness. All his generals and so many wonderful pure devotees. But it's said that just a short time after that, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there was a loss of the connection somehow. They forgot where's the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the teachings were being twisted and kind of converted, and no longer. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur struggled to bring things back on track. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was also glorifying the glories of Navadvip Dham and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission. So Prabhupada, he put things in motion, and so many stalwarts are following. How do we know that's not going to dwindle again so quickly? How Lord Chaitanya's mission dwindled during that period?
Very good question. Prabhu asked that it happened in the history in the past that when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was trying to establish this movement, and he struggled a lot. He could not find devotees, he could not find books, he could not find a place where Lord Chaitanya took birth. Everything got lost in time. And the place was submerged under the Ganga. And then, like Prabhu said, one example, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was trying to find out a copy of Bengali Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it took, I guess, 4 or 5 years for him, magistrate, such an advanced, powerful devotee. He was not able to find a copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita. For 5 years he struggled. That much impact was there, that got lost. But now, Prabhu's question is, can that not happen again? Before 10,000 years, next 500 years or 200 years or 100 years, we get lost again. Yes, it may happen, but it will not happen. Why? Why will not happen? There are some internal reasons, again some external reasons. Internal reasons are because Lord Chaitanya said that this name will run for next 10,000 years. So we are doing our job, but we know we have no strength to run it on. It's Prabhupada who is a Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale. He came, he is very dear to Krishna to establish this movement of Krishna consciousness, and because of their strength, it will go on. The other factor which is external is that we can see how much effort ISKCON and devotees are doing. Our trend, we are scientists, at least I am a scientist, so we can see the graph is going up. Prabhupada left with 100 temples, 10,000 devotees, and now maybe 10 million or 100 million devotees, and so many initiated devotees, and the graph is going up. 100 temples, we have more than 650 temples, and so many yatras and so many preaching programs and so many farm communities and govindas, and we have increased. Sannyasi number increased, devotee number is increased, brahmachari number increased. And we can see the evidence that in Delhi there was just one temple 20 years ago, now they have 20 temples in Delhi. So we can see that trend. That's how we can forecast. The other thing, devotees trying to preserve everything. Publishing books in so many languages. And saving all, I remember 20 years back, 25 years back, when I was trying to get the lectures of Srila Prabhupada, it came in that audio cassette tapes. And one folder had 18 tapes, and then there was so many folders came in big boxes, $2,000 back then. And now just one MP3, little small USB, and you can have a pen drive, you can have all the lectures. And devotees in Belgium, they have put the walls, thick walls, to protect all the books, all the media, all the resources of ISKCON in that one strong room. Even the nuclear bomb cannot destroy it. So that's our effort. That's our effort. And on the top of that, we are again we haven't stopped. Our brahmacharis, our sannyasis, they are running day and night, not causing disturbance, but bringing this Krishna consciousness to every home and every town and village. Every year I think, that city did not have any temple. Now they have temple. Like I was invited by His Holiness Hanmat Peshak Swami Maharaj. He said, I'm based in Nashville, and in Nashville there is a congregation, there are devotees, but no center, no temple. You come and start it. So it's a challenge or instruction for me. So because we have to spread it. That's our goal. It's not that we are sitting in Vrindavan eating nice prasadam, having nice bed and everything, and I'm very nice. Money is coming. We have to be very careful. Like Prabhu said, how we can make sure that will go on. The only way is no money is spent uselessly. No principles are watered down. Books are the basis, utility is the principle, and preaching is the essence. These three things we have to remind ourselves again and again and again and again. That and checks and balances. GBC is there, BBD is there, sannyasis are there, temple presence are there. We all sit together. There are always some meetings going on. How to take this movement further. That's why it will not go, it will not go down ever, ever, ever. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. I wish I had that strength of conviction, but it's true. We have to understand, actually, Srila Prabhupada was empowered by God, Krishna Chaitanya, Shaktavesh Avatar, to build the perfect system for Bhagavad Dharma, so that the Sankirtan movement would surely progress on the two tracks. Anyway, deity worship and preaching. And also that Bhakti Siddhanta is another Shaktavesh Avatar, and he pushed back all the apasampradayas, all the bogus distortions, and he brought back the pure teachings, Gauravani. And so that's the strength, that's the, if Lord Chaitanya sent his own closest, empowered servants to set it right, put it back on track. And so Bhakti Siddhanta put it back on track, and Prabhupada brought it all over the whole world, and he created a perfect system. As you say, the checks and balance are there. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Our sadhus are our immediate Guru Parampara, and the Shastra is Bhagavad Gita, Gauravani, but also Prabhupada Vani. It's all connected. So the system is there. We just have to stay on track, and we're going forward. That's guaranteed, because the Shaktavesh Avatar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is sending his potency and keep ISKCON on track. We have faith that that is going on.
Yes, very nice comment. Very nice comment. Again, another comment.
When Srila Prabhupada came back to India and was having big Pandal programs, one program he was having in Delhi, they had 30,000 people coming in like throngs. And when Prabhupada finished the lecture, they all went wild and, to get the lotus feet and the dust from Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, do you know why they're all after me? Because I'm free from sex desire.
Very nice point. Very nice. Wonderful. Excellent. That's purity is the force. That purity is needed. And purity is assured by the association of devotees. Very nice points. Any other comment or question? Yes, Mataji.
Just to add to that point, that without purity, how can we survive? I just heard in a lecture that Prabhupada is saying that even if all the temples closed, and even if there were no devotees on the planet, because his books are there, someone would read his books and would exactly know how to start the whole movement. So I thought that was also important, that
Wonderful.
If we keep on carrying on this Sankirtan movement, keep distributing books, so since we are all fallible, we can disappear, we can fall down, but Prabhupada's books are so powerful, someone would know exactly how to start the whole thing.
Very nice.
So I just want to add that.
Yes, wonderful. Like one time a pujari, he was upset with something and he decided to leave. And he went back to his western country, and then he was sitting, and because of his habit, he visited the local center over there. And then devotees came, Prabhu, no, Peter, no, Prabhu, nothing. Okay. Okay, so then he began to, but he was because Pujari, so when he saw on the altar, the chamar was going high and then coming down, and then immediately revived everything. So, even if we fall down from our practices, Krishna will send somebody, Krishna will make arrangement to bring us back to the track. Like I was one time in Jew temple and about 25 years ago, and but Sachidanand Maharaj gave class and I attended that, and I asked Maharaj, our children, they are following because they are so young, but when they grow up, then they may go sidetracked. Maharaj said, yes, it can happen, but because you have put the bed on the place, it will come back, water will come back, the river will come back. So it will not happen that they will give up Krishna consciousness, they will come back and will stay in Krishna consciousness forever. Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Hare Krishna.